Oh, was that beautiful?
Well, it's honey harvesting time. It's only my second time harvesting honey. Last year I harvested about 100 pounds and just kept it all for myself. But this time I'm hoping to get at least 300 pounds this go around and sell some and start making some money at this, hopefully. I've got about 8 colonies here. And as you can see, most of them are not very tall. A lot of these top boxes don't even have much of any honey in them. But this colony is the only colony that came through winter strong, and it was in one box, and now it's got all those boxes full of honey. The top one may not be quite full. So that's the potential you have when you have a strong colony. Versus a lot of these, they might only have one box on them, and I leave at least one box of honey on them anyway. So I'm hoping that this hive is full of honey from here all the way down to here. That way I can take these top 3 boxes off and still leave them with a full box of honey. Now my honey supers, they're called supers, the boxes that the honeys are in, and it's called brood boxes where the brood's in. But this is all full of bees, so there's several ways you can get the bees out of it. Last year when I only had a couple boxes, I just shook them off of each frame. This year I'm gonna try something new. It's Bee Quick, Fisker's Bee Quick, organic, non-toxic stuff. And I went and glued this piece of washcloth on the inside here. Then you spray it and you lay it on top of your bees, and it's supposed to push them down out of your box. It says in 2 to 5 minutes. Smells like those called maraschino cherries, the little red cherries. You just set this up on top. I can hear them buzzing. They don't like the smell of it, I guess. Now we wait. Tell you why my hives aren't strong like they should be. Because we've got a pest. I think it came over in the US in the 80s. It's a Varroa destructor. It's a little mite. And it attaches to your bees and sucks out all their fat bodies and gives them like over 20 viruses. This might come over from Asia, so their bees are a little different and they're immune to it. So if you ever heard of colony collapse disorder and all that stuff, it's all caused by these Varroa mites. But you usually have to treat it at least 3 times a year, and the treatments can be expensive and time consuming, and I just did not take the time to keep my bees treated like I should. Well, the bees are still flying out the top. Maybe I didn't put enough of this on there. They're all agitated, but they don't seem to be coming out. Actually, I'm just gonna set this box off and set it on there. This box is about half full. While we're waiting for those bees to come out, I'm going to show you what it's looking like up in here. Oh yeah, that is looking real good. I had it kind of glued together on this side, so it kind of made a mess, but that is a nice frame of honey. It's like this all the way across. I'm actually going to taste some nice light golden honey. That is good. I've not been a beekeeper long enough to be able to tell what kind of honey it is. It's obviously mixed, but some beekeepers can just taste it and tell you right away what the majority of it is. All I know is that it's delicious. Well, I know that spray works, but for some reason it's not working for me. A lot of people use it. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. It's not getting the bees out, so now I'm just doing it like this. Just pulling out a frame, shaking off most of the bees and putting it in another box. Not sure what else to do at this point. Well, this is what I ended up with. Got 6 boxes. They're not all completely full, so I'm hoping it'll be around 300 pounds, but you know, we'll see. I'm going to attempt to dry this honey out a bit. I'm going to put a little plastic kind of room over it, put that dehumidifier in it, have that fan going to circulate air, and leave it running for a week. Well, for me it'll be a week, but for you guys it'll be, well, that didn't work, so I'm gonna get a little plastic over it, then we'll try that again and see if it works. Well, I got it all wrapped up in plastic and got a dehumidifier and a fan going in there, so we'll see how it turns out. Well, it's 1 week later. This next step that I did to dry this honey isn't necessary, but a beekeeping expert, Bob Binney, does this, and he said it makes for a better tasting, thicker, richer honey. I'll leave a link to his channel down in the description. But I guess we'll find out. And I'm actually using a 20 frame day-dent extractor, which if you're a beekeeper, you know that's kind of overkill for this, but hoping I'll grow into being big enough of a beekeeper to actually justify having a 20 frame. But that'll make today go a lot quicker.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful.
That'll be my opening shot.
Should I keep videoing?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe this one will go even better.
Do you want some of you with the thing, Jared?
Oh, we'll get it more, but just go ahead and get it.
If I can get it through, there we go. In America with Jared Brubaker. He's a beekeeper. I'm a beehiver.
I'm a beehiver too.
This one's gonna be a little light.
That's another thing, the mediums would uncap a little easier, probably.
Just because they're narrower.
Yeah. Well, my bucket's 2/3 full anyway from that one batch.
So you're
It
probably
wasn't a
gonna
great
get.
batch. I think this batch should fill up a complete.
Yeah, you
Here,
can tell it's heavier. I mean,
Yeah. The reason your comb wants to stick is because of this knife. That knife does a lot better job of it.
Rolling it off.
Rolling it off, yeah.
I'm not having a whole lot of luck with this one. It seems like if it's sticking out there real nice, they've drawed it out.
Yeah.
But it just, once it starts falling off.
This is a nice fat one.
Hey. No, it's your mother. You know, this knife right here is flexible enough you can kind of bow it
Yeah, no.
and at least get the middle.
Uh-huh. Down here, the captain is hardly a 1/4 inch deep.
That's what we do halfway through it, and we're in the same clothes. Looks like there's been no break, and I come back and my beard's perfectly, you know. That's what I'll do, and I'll take that and I'll say, honey is great for the beard. You know, if they made the opening on this just a little bigger.
Yeah. But it was plus shipping, like $250 shipping. Oop, too far.
That would be some crazy footage.
Break my fingers on it.
So we can dump some in another bucket.
He's what?
He said, yeah, he's tired now. The other day, Mary told me that you asked Emma if she felt better after her nap.
Yes,
Yeah, I'm
I
not so tired now.
Yes,
Man, it's heavy. Is that a lie?
Yeah, he said they're lying.
Okay, we need the chopper, the food chopper. Would that work for your head? Hat?
Oh. Well, that's a wrap. This is actually the next day. It took us like 3 hours to do this. I actually got 4 full buckets of honey instead of closer to 5 like I was hoping. But with honey being 60 pounds of 5-gallon bucket, I still got around 240 pounds, so I'm happy with that. And my friend got like a bucket and a half. The bees are getting really bad in here. Thankfully there was hardly any bees last night as we were extracting. Now today, got the doors open and bees are pouring in here because they're smelling all this honey. So I've got this wax in here yet. I don't know how much wax is there, but I'm gonna render that and we'll make a video about that. I'm gonna take this honey into the house, get away from all these bees, let them clean up all the drops and everything that's around here of honey, and so I can be in the AC.